Uppercut, uppercut, sonic boom!
Well, hello there, humans, if he's earthlings, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, and if you're lucky enough indeed to be doing it too, welcome back to the channel. I'm Bushka, and today's video is all about teaching moments, those special times when you may actually learn something if you pay attention and become a better player because of it. This is the kind of thing that sports coaches or life coaches or your maths teacher, that a teacher is looking for, where they can say, hey, did you see what happened here? I'm not going to yell, I'm not going to scream, I'm not going to say you're an idiot, but you were an idiot. Okay, and I'm going to give you some examples of this, and this is why I love PUBG Mobile. One of the reasons, one of the multitude of reasons. Even after 18 seasons and so many games and headshots that it doesn't matter, and so many tactical decisions that went right and went wrong, I'm still learning about the game. This is a massive big mountain on Miramar. It is a fantastic place, so long as you are not stuck in a crossfire from all sides. And once the zone moved up here, look what happened to my mountain. It became just one side of a hill with bad guys on both of it. And we went from being the kings of the jungle, knocking everyone the hell out with an AWM, to just dancing around for our lives as one single bloke with a Mini 14 and then a squad of 3 on the other side made life a misery, and we came second. After looking for surefire, like we were going to win absolutely everything. And we ran out of time, and that's on me. But really, the whole thing is, this is a teaching moment. This is where you go, well, you know what? That other squad is now into us. Maybe, oh dear, maybe we should have rotated earlier into a stronger position instead of just absolutely being bad, which happens. There are more specific moments that you see all the time, like you don't camp these particular structures in Miramar, because if you get, you know, any kind of throwable inside the structure, there is a big thing in the middle, which means you've got to leap over the top of it. And especially you can, I mean, especially if it's a molly, it's just going to burn you to bits. You can see once you get burnt down, you can't crawl out of it. See, that's like a thing in the middle. You don't crawl around in the grass on Miramar if it's not green, because obviously you're very, very visible. These are specific teaching things that you learn. You know, it's easier to blow up the vehicle sometimes than it is to actually shoot at the person. These are things that you learn from either being in a vehicle or being the guy in the grass or being successful with a molly. Those are very specific things. What I'm going to show you now is some more stuff that is less specific. This is an engagement at a hospital just outside George Pole. And the reason I want to show you the next few incidents are because if you've been playing for a long time, you do things in a certain way. Sometimes, and I was talking with Killam and Ouija recently about this, sometimes the most dangerous enemy is the enemy that doesn't know what they're doing. I've just wiped everyone there. I started with 4, I've come out with 9. I've third-partied, I've then knocked a solo out, I've done all kinds of things, then I go to loot. And I'm going to die here. And I'm going to die because the guy that kills me, he's not very good. He's a newer player, doesn't know what he's doing, and as a new player who doesn't know what he's doing, he's afraid to engage. He's been lying up there with a UMP and a 6X for about 10 minutes in the grass. He has a 1.69 KDR in duos, and this is how he plays. And these are the most dangerous players in the world at times, because they won't gunfight you. They don't want the action. They will just take absolutely no risks whatsoever. And you can't always account for that. And quite often they do it in really, really odd ways. They make just rotations that make no sense to anyone but themselves. You'll encounter this all the time, where players make rotations where you're just like, dude, why are you doing this? Why are you still here? I mean, after playing that game, this is the very next game. And look what I do. As soon as I engage, I'm like, is there anyone on the left? Oh, there's a dude all the way over there. Does he possibly have anything to do with this dude over here? Like, because that's not what I do, but I'm just being safe now. And yeah, they're both dead. They were duos. I don't know why he was 150 meters away on the other side of crates, but he was. And this is what I mean. There's teaching moments that make you go bang. make you realize that getting an angle is super important. These are the things that make you better at playing PUBG Mobile. Moments is such a weird way of saying it, but it is absolutely. You learn from mistakes, but you also learn from seeing things happen. These guys are in a really rough spot. They're stuck at the end of this alleyway. They've got myself and Steve-O both into them. There's a bot over there. There he is. And they end up getting waxed pretty much because they are far too passive. And they actually start shooting at a bot that's over there on my left. You can hear that. That's a mistake that I've seen so many people make. The bot is not real. They knocked the bot. I then went and killed the bot and took that kill as well. Because, you get used to this kind of stuff. You watch the kill feed. There's a guy out there in the, not this guy, but this guy holding his head in his hands. There's a guy out there who is firing a Mosin the gun. You're going to hear it in just a second. And he's on now. Anytime now, Freddy. You can see him moving around below the great symbol of, oh, there he goes. Now he's obviously firing at someone. I watch the kill feed. When I knock him out, okay, Tora. Does Tora pop in the kill feed? No, he doesn't. So I know that the person that he was firing at is not dead yet. So when I'm rolling in to loot Tora, I am looking around and using cover and fully expecting to see someone rolling in from that direction. And so we get the kill on this guy, this Viper dude. That's something that I've learned from experience. This is another one where a player that is new to the game or is not very aggressive and doesn't play the way that I would play. And you'll see what I mean in just a short while. We put a flare up. We're at one of these Godzilla Apex Tower things, whatever they are. We're having a good time and we get a whole heap of kills here. I won't show you everything that's going on. It takes quite a while. Killam is doing the business. We hit that bloke. He's going to lie down. That's not the guy that we're worried about here. People start rotating in. It's first day of patch, so there's a lot going on here. Everyone wants to see what's going on in the new stuff, and we're getting a bit of kill work done, and that's all great. The guy who's going to kill me is really frustrating to me because I knock his teammate, and even though I knock his teammate and give him ample time to make an attempt at a revive, he doesn't attempt to revive. He doesn't attempt to push in. All he does is camp. Killam goes for the drop, and we've got so many people calling in here that he gets third-partied from two different directions at once. And these guys don't seem to pay any attention to that, so I actually get the clear on one of them as he is rotating around to my left, and then the second guy who thirsted Killam, and I'm like, if you thirst my mate, there is absolutely no way in the world that I'm not going to thirst you back. Like, if you thirst someone, guys, be aware. I don't have a problem with thirsting, but only when you're safe. If you thirst someone and then you put yourself in a position, you're going to get thirsted. Anyway, so he gets third party. So I know there's someone here, right? I know there's someone here, but I don't realize how many someones there are. There's two. Okay, I think everyone is cleared. There's 11 kills now. Had a heap of kills here. Killam got some kills as well. Those guys cleared people. I'm like, someone's running around out here. Who is that? What are they doing? Why are they doing it? And I'm going to get hit because there's two of them, right? One of them is behind this hay bale. I think that's the dude. And I'm like, there we go. He's got a level 3 helmet. We'll just nail him with a headshot. Got the Mosin. And I'm going to get hit from the left. And then the M416. And I'm like, okay. They're cool. So I do a little bit of sneaky stuff. Go out on the balcony because this is one of those few houses that has an overhang at the front. There we go. Get the wipe. And I wait because he's a knock. And I can bait his teammate who I was sure it was his teammate was there, but maybe it's not his teammate. I can bait him out. And I just wait. And eventually no one's coming. So I'm like, I'll clear him. Still no one's coming. Right, I'll just go shoot him. So his teammate's not here. Great. But of course his teammate's there. His teammate just doesn't care. I go to get in the car, I go to leave, I make sure I get a full health kit in. Like, I am absolutely flabbergasted when I'm driving away, and that's his teammate. If I was playing with someone and they were my partner or friend and I got knocked and they didn't even make an attempt to revive me, I would never play with them again. They are not the kind of guy that I'd want to play with. And this guy never moved a muscle to come and get his teammate. Not once. He doesn't have a high KDR. He's just that kind of a guy. And that's what happens. You have to take into account the kinds of players that are out there. Not everyone is you. Maybe you wouldn't take the kind of engagements that I've been taking there. That's fine. But then you would expect at least someone to try and revive their teammate. And when they don't, it's a bit of a nightmare. Finally, I want to talk about trigger discipline here. This is something that I find to be very interesting. You're going to see there is a duo up there. I've only got a 3x and I'm like, you know what? This isn't good enough. And I go and look around and try and find another scope. And I do find a scope in this house. And while I'm finding a scope, these two roll in. And I wait for ages for them to come up and stop while they're having their engagement and actually give me a clear shot on a level 2 helmet. That's a good hit there. And then we wait all that time because I know that once I get that knock, I can turn that into a very, very good opportunity to get the clear. And that's called trigger discipline. And because of that trigger discipline, I actually get the wipe on both these two guys, and then I kill one of the guys in the church. So that's 3 kills, all because I maintained a certain level of decorum and didn't just jump in there and start blazing away like a lunatic. Teaching moments are things you've got to recognize. Just losing isn't good enough because generally it's always going to be your fault. What you want to do is lose and then say, hey, why did I lose? Sometimes it's just because you got outplayed. Other times, not all the time, but other times there are fixable things that you can do to your gameplay to improve them to the point where you're going to be better next time. I'm Bushka. Thank you so much for watching. Look after yourselves. Remember, it doesn't matter how good you are, only that you're just trying to get better. And bye for now.